the things I do want to just touch on is because we mentioned it, I think, 2 weeks in a row on the show, Whitehaven Coal. You mentioned it, Dan. You've also mentioned it back to back. And this week it was up 7% yesterday, another 4% today. Like, just blew past that $10 level like crazy, all-time high.
Didn't it break $11 today? Did you
the
say?
high today was $11.
It has done exceptionally well, and I'm delighted to report that we have mentioned it on the show. We've been banging on and on about it for a very, very long time.
I'd just like to mention when we did the 3 stock picks each, we had the little portfolio of 9 stocks. I picked Whitehaven Coal, $4.80.
$4.80 you picked. And how long ago was this?
When did we pick the 9 stocks? Maybe 3 months ago.
Yeah, 3 months ago. I also know that Pilbara did very, very well. Pilbara Minerals did very, very well. Hey, listen, if any of our viewers want some really good stock picks or want proof of the performance, go back, look at those last ones. Look at the last week. Look at what they've done, because I tell you what, these stock picks are out of this world. They're going really, really well. Big kudos to you guys. I'd love to say I pick stocks, but I just sit here and make the cool jokes. Let's go on a little bit more and let's talk a bit more about coal. Do you think that's got more room to run, Dennis?
So
I'll touch on coal. Let's have a look. I mean, as a sector, I don't think this is going to slow down. I think the macroeconomic environment right now supports these businesses so much. I think in the very short term, when I mean short term, within the next week, we could see a bit of a retraction in the share price, because these businesses have just been absolutely surging at the moment. But I think macroeconomically, these businesses are still very much positioned to grow in the next 3, even 6 months. If we look at Europe, 4 countries already this year that had banned coal-fired power stations have already passed legislation to refire them up till the end of next year.
That's really, I mean, I know that's good. Like, they've done that, and that's good. Obviously, everyone needs to, but it's so weird that governments can just suddenly turn that on and turn that off and really, really kind of go back on.
Yeah.
On
well,
things.
I mean, it is to address the cost of living crisis, so it's really not to, I guess, benefit.
But mate, if you're going to be really logical about this, I'm going to find it very hard to argue with you. So,
I think across the board, it looks like there could be very large demand for coal even through to next year. No one knows when Russia and Ukraine will, I guess, pause what's going on there, and the fact that there's sanctions on Russia, a lot of these European countries are turning to our local coal players. So I think the performance, and there's lots of indicators that tell us that they could continue to do quite well. And I think even if we look at the last week, so from a little bit more than that, from September 29th, Newcastle coal futures, which is what I guess our local coal producers, I guess, is their underlying asset, we've seen that down 9% since September 29th, whereas Whitehaven coal's up 18.5%. New Hope's up 12%, and Coronado's up.
So the price of coal has gone down, but these ones have just kept going up.
About 9%. Coronado's up 21%.
Coronado.
So,
I feel like we also mentioned that on the show as well. Maybe.
Yeah, it's definitely something we've been in recently as well. It's like that performance is absurd. I think the fact that coal's down and they're surging, I think based on the technicals and looking at their trend, I think we'll see a few people. I guess the reason we'll see retraction is people will be taking profits. People that are buying in at $4, $5, $6, probably looking to take some profit off the table at some point. I think we'll see a slight retraction. It's going to fall back into a pretty strong area of value.
The thing I'll be very interested in is because this is happening because of the invasion, because of the energy crisis between Russia and Europe and through the Ukraine and everything like that. If it suddenly turns off, because that's one person more or less, like in theory, one person making a call on that.